December 26, 9:44 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 2. Karma? That's right, Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hadn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He is a god of prosecution, right? A god. Not a single case? He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Sounds like someone else I know, Edgeworth. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared. That's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. He taught me what it really means to prosecute. What? Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10. Ugh. So was he your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth? Something like that. And now he's trying to get you found guilty? What a creep! Oh wait, maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out. Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years! He's as ruthless as me times 20! That's pretty ruthless. Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors. I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia, Maya. Uh-huh. We could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think? Oh. I can't. Sorry, I tried. I really tried, but I couldn't reach. You couldn't reach? I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again. Oh man, what bad timing. I'm really sorry. I'll try my best. I hope so. What are you whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. Well, it's time. Let's head in. Hello everybody, Hyper Mario Sunshine here, and we're finally here for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. December 26, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. von Karma, is the prosecution ready? Fool. You seriously think that I would stand here where I'm not completely prepared? Right! My apologies. He's even got the judge scared. Very well. Your opening statement, please. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. That should be fine. The prosecution may call its first witness. What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? How am I supposed to fight against this? I call the detective in charge of this case, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes. Describe the incident, now. Yes, sir! Detective Gumshoe looks nervous. Please look at the map. The murder happened late Christmas Eve, like around midnight. There was a boat in the very middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now, there happened to be a woman camping here on the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m., she heard 2 pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. It went towards the boat rental shop. Overhead map added to the court record. Overhead map of Gorda Lake. Testify to the court about the arrest. Now! Wait, Mr. von Karma. Yes? Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling these proceedings. Wrong. There is only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role. Yes, of course. You're quite right. No, he's not. The arrest of Edgeworth. Oh boy. Yeah, we're finally going to be put to the test here. A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all, but the next morning a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. I see. Very well. Begin your cross-examination, attorney, now! Alright, yeah, he is definitely something to be feared. Alright. You received a call from a man? Yep. But you said there was a woman camping there. She was the one who heard the 2 gunshots, right? Yeah, he even has that same outfit look. He's got that same, like, with his, like, finger shaking. Yeah, you could tell that Edgeworth learned from the best. And definitely the best, worst kind of prosecutor. That woman and the man who called in the report are 2 different people, obviously. 2 different people? There were 2 witnesses. Ugh. Their testimonies were quite similar, however. Today I've summoned the woman who was camping. The woman who was camping, a lot of heart. What happened next, detective? Oh, I don't know why I tried presenting there. That would have been disastrous. How long was it between receiving the report and your arrival at the lake? Well, I'd say was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto for the month is get there quick. Detective, you will refrain from casually revealing department secrets. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I look forward to your salary review. So much to look forward to these days. This is no time for your dejected daydreaming. Continue. Yes, sir. So let's ask him about Edgeworth. What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him then? Well, from what I saw, he looked pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really. Detective, the court requires the facts, not your opinion. How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, detective. Cold, hard, cold, objective facts. Yes, sir. Man, he's got his share of objections. Why didn't you think he was suspicious? You should know. We have a deep, trusting relationship with the prosecutors. Detective, the court isn't interested in your musing. Deep, trusting, poppycock. I've never heard so many flippant comments from an active detective on the force. Detective Gumshoe doesn't look so good. Continue, now! But the next morning, a body was found at the lake. Alright, yeah, this is going to be quite a long trial, and obviously, these are going to be probably kind of the longest episodes yet, with how we're going. Do you find any clues on the body? A single bullet was recovered from the body. He was shot through the heart, fatally. Judge, here's the bullet. It didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved. Very well. The court accepts this bullet into evidence. Alright, pistol bullet. Found in the victim's body, fired from a .22 caliber pistol. So we had to arrest Edgeworth. Nick, doesn't it seem like Detective Gumshoe's being a little vague? I bet von Karma is feeding him lines. His testimony is probably filled with landmines just waiting for me to press. What do we do? Grit our teeth and press, I guess. What else can we do? Well said, Nick. You're the man. Alright, I forgot to press on the last one. Let's see if we can get anything out of that. Why is that? Well, we found the murder weapon on the boat. The murder weapon? A pistol. Detective Gumshoe, that is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony. Right! Sorry, Your Honor. The murder weapon we found in the boat was decisive evidence. What about the pistol made it decisive evidence? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Ah! He has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth. There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. They were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand. What? Order! Order! So, Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon? Yes, Your Honor. Judge, this is the murder weapon. This is the weapon in question. Accepted into evidence. Pistol, the murder weapon. .22 caliber, fired 3 times. Bears prints from Edgeworth's right hand. Members of the court, we now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective. Yes, sir. Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Yes. The ballistic markings on the bullet match the pistol. Hey, Nick. What does he mean by ballistic markings? Shocking. To imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings. Hey, she's 17 years old. Knock it off. Nick, he's glaring at me. Tisk. Very well, I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it. Eh? Me? Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate. Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was without a doubt fired from this pistol. This pistol, which, as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints. Oh, order! Order! This is bad. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it. Well, Judge, I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However, you wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge? Yes? What are you doing? A 10-minute recess, now! But wait, Just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man. Yes! Ahem. This court will take a 10-minute recess. Who's running this court anyway? Seems like we couldn't really get much in. December 26, 11:09 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon. And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. Only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo. True. Was that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. What? But you must believe me. I didn't shoot him. Then who did? I don't know. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself. You mean it was suicide? That's the only explanation I can come up with. Huh. How am I going to convince anyone of that? Say, Maya? Huh? What? Any progress with Mia? Oh, sorry. It's no good. Ugh. I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? If I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right? Oh, I can't pick this line. I'm sorry, as much as, sometimes I do want to pick the funny one, and no, I feel bad. No, I need you here. No, of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out, even if you don't actually help. It's the thought that counts, right? It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits. Aw, everyone has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck is going to run out. Really? Whoa! Right! Don't jinx this case any more than it is already. It's bad for my heart. Sorry. Oops. Court is back in session. Mr. von Karma, call your witness. Yes. Will Miss Lotta Hart take the stand? Lotta Hart, you are a research student at a university. That I am. Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident, and don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand? Y'all need to learn some manners. Understand? Yeah, I understand. Very well. Your testimony, please. Alright, from Gumshoe to Lotta Hart. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. Then when I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. Enough. Huh? Judge, she happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo, accepted as evidence. Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder. Order! I will remove people from this courtroom if I do not have order immediately. As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There were no other boats on that lake, so the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth. Ugh, his voice is making my throat hurt. Order! Order! I will have order! Well, Judge, this evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well, this court finds the defendant. Well, wait, Your Honor! I haven't cross-examined the witness yet. A cross-examination? We have photographic proof. What can there possibly be? This photo is worth 1,000 words. Oh my god. Yeah, his voice is definitely very raspy, as you guys hear by his objection. And they all read guilty. You lose. Or, do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and have meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then I will have you held in the contempt of court. Nick, contempt? Contempt of court, you know? I guess I understand. Well, what are you going to do? Do you really think there was a contradiction with the facts in her testimony? I think there was. I think I noticed one little thing. Wow, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right, let's take him on. Yeah, I got a bad feeling about this. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness. Tisk. Very well. I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time. Just after midnight, you say? In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day. Huh? Yeah, well, yes. I know you want to find contradictions, but really... Ugh. I hope your next contradiction is a little more relevant to the trial. Witness, you may continue your testimony. I was in my car. Did hear this bang come up from the lake. I saw two gents on the boat. And then there was another bang. It wasn't a nary thing but the lake on the boat. It's fired 3 times. It might be that, because that makes the most sense. There's 2 gents on the boat, and I heard another bang. When you were watching the very moment the shot rang out. Yeah, sure. You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless! Contradictions, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble. Von Karma, I think... Ah, fuck, I missed that part. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witnesses. To what end? I'm gonna save here because, yeah, a lot of stuff is like really tricky. This is like the test of the game, so I'm gonna try saving here just in case there was another bang. So I'm gonna say that we're gonna try the pistol. Ah, crap. Yeah. Are you sure about that? Yeah, sure as a country gal can be. That sounds pretty sure. How come you're so sure? Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake. Scanned the whole lake? It almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you... Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full. No need for further questions. Objection sustained. Oh, that's what I'm... Sustained! Yes, of course. Oh, great. What am I supposed to do now? There weren't any contradictions in there. Sorry, Nick. If only my sister was here. Maya's really taking it this hard. Oh, wait, I think I may know what this might be now. The overhead map. We might actually have to present that, so... I'm going to try saving again, and if not, we're probably going to have to load it up, but I'm going to press on this last line that we need the overhead map, because, like, yeah, she can't really get a whole view of the lake. So... Shit! Yeah. So, we're just gonna reload. I know, yeah, this is like, yeah, this starts becoming really hard, especially, in this case. This case is, as I mentioned before, this is the final case in the game. Yeah. I'm trying to, like, look through. I'm trying to, like, see, like, what... I saw two gents out on the boat. I heard this bang come from the lake. I guess we could do the autopsy report? Because the other bang? Because, like, it says die from one gunshot bullet to the heart? No. I'm, like, drawing a blank here, but then again, like... I don't remember what I did for this back then. I kind of wish I did. Look, I saw two gents in a boat. I heard this bang. But, like, that makes no sense, because, like... Would it be the gun? I'm, like, trying to think, because, like... We did the bullets, we did the autopsy report, but I'm not sure if it has to be on a specific one. Trying to think. Like, what am I looking for? I guess we could keep pressing for now? Why were you camping there anyway? I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research. What research? This is all suspicious. Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research? face.
What does the witness's motive in camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained.
Wait now! I'm the one who says that.
Well then, say it already. Objection sustained.
Thanks for nothing, Your Honor. Did I already do this one? You weren't looking at the lake the whole time? Nope. And I looked after I heard the noise.
She already said that thing. Ask you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness.
Yeah, he's gonna keep insulting us no matter what. Could you clearly see the two men? Just look at the picture. Clear enough for you? Uh-oh. Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I asked if you saw the two men. Yeah, well, of course.
The witness has testified she saw them. There's also a photo. You best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions.
He jumped in quick. He's hiding something.
Enough! I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you're unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting.
But, Your Honor!
You keep your promise. Mr. Wright, I'm afraid I will have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court. And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood?
Uh-huh. Nick, Lotta's testimony's fishy. Nick, real fishy. Get it? Because she's at a lake and it was fishy? I know what you mean, but if I can't say anything, what can I do?
I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision. Then pass your judgment. Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Who was that?
It was me. Maya.
Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities?
No, I do not. Lotta Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lotta, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol?
You will stand down. The court does not need to acknowledge the defense's outburst.
Answer me, Lotta. What's the big idea? Treating me like some kind of criminal? I saw him. I swear it. I saw Edgeworth.
Enough. Judge, declare the defense in contempt of court. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He is in contempt of court and must leave.
No. No! Wait! I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent.
Ha! What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Well, more like wrong.
Wrong! What?
Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have the right to cross-examine her again.
Order! 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 You're in contempt of court. It is too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection. I'm sorry, Mr. von Karma, but I cannot. What? Miss Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again. But she is in contempt of court.
No, I am. If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me.
Very well. Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately.
Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck. Maya!
I care not for the melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses.
I'm running out of time. I'd better find a contradiction in here or else.
Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination.
The last statement. I saw it clear as day. The man on that boat was Mr. Edgeworth. That's it? Uh-oh. I don't know if I can find anything in that. But I can't squander Maya's efforts either. This is the shortest testimony ever. Well, what about the other man?
You cannot expect to be allowed to blithely ignore your promise, Mr. Wright. I believe you claim there was a contradiction in the witness's testimony. Well, find it if you can.
Mr. Wright, I have to... Oh! Okay, this is new. If you press on, and it's basically if we can't... If we don't don't present instead of... and we press instead... yeah, that's what happens. We do get penalized for that. So I am going to save here just in case, because... Yeah, I forgot that does happen. And this does keep occurring on in the case, and we even get bigger penalties as we go on, and even future installments have bigger penalties. Like, even ones that straight up just delete your entire bar. So I am forewarning you guys of that. Okay. The picture... I'm a little bit of a blank here. I guess the picture does make sense, because it was foggy that night. It does make a lot of sense. Either that or this photo here. I think either one. So I'm going to try the flake photo first. There we go. Got you. Got you, Miss Hart. Finally. What? You got what? Look at this photograph. Look at this photograph. The photo I took? The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly invisible. The fog, Miss Hart. So? This picture was taken with professional, high-quality film, correct? Yet even it couldn't capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What? Why?
Mr. Wright has a point. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony, please.
Yet now she has said it, Mr. von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself.
Miss Hart?
What?
Could you see the defendant that night?
Of course. I said I could, and I meant I could.
Then please testify as the circumstances of your sighting.
I did it. I finally found a hole in von Karma's carefully vague testimony. How Edgeworth was seen. You're right. It was cold night, and the fog was thick as grits. So once I finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. Then I heard the noise out on the lake, and I looked with my binoculars. See? No problem.
You used binoculars? Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. This one better be good.
Alright, and the music is getting faster, so we are at the end of it. Okay, so... let's see. I'm not sure if there's a penalty for pressing. I guess after we found the contradiction, now we could freely press whatever we can. I hope. Your camera? Yeah, it's got an automatic...
The issue we are concerned with is Miss Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all. Objection sustained.
He's not letting me answer any of my questions. Okay, good. So, I brought my binoculars with me. Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars, for that? I have doubts about your camera, too. Was that really to take pictures of the meteor showers?
The camera is irrelevant to this case.
You can't say that for certain.
Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant in this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with the line of questioning. But know this, if you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera?
I'm gonna back off for now. Okay, Your Honor, I withdraw my question. I have to remember who I'm dealing with. I bet Von Karma wants to trap me so he could put me in contempt. I think I'll hang back for now and see what happens.
Ha!
Let's press on this one instead. If there was a heavy fog, how would binoculars change that at all? What do you mean? Even binoculars can't see through fog. But you say you clearly saw him. I did, yeah.
Enough. There is no room for doubt for your testimony.
Sounded pretty doubtful to me. I have to find a clear contradiction first. I don't care how many objections Von Karma gets. I'm going to find a hole in that testimony for the last thing I do. I love Phoenix, like, now that he's starting to get a little bit of something going, it's, like, actually really helping him out. Like, it's bringing him up to find more contradictions as he goes. I think we have to, at this point. I think we'll press further, hopefully. Yes. This isn't make it or break it time. The camera is at utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there.
Very well, Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera.
Yeah, I hear you. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. And I think not, because there was a Gordy sighting. I feel like this makes a lot of sense, because, like, Gordy was a thing, and, like, who else would set up a camera for 3 days for a meteor shower? And when she, like, it feels like a country person would, I'm sorry if that's a stereotype for country people, I feel like they would go for Gordy instead of meteor showers, but I could be wrong. Or not. Alright, I guess the camera? Okay. You were photographing shooting stars? That's a lie. Says who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upward to take photos of stars, Miss Hart. Oof!
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor.
Well, then, what exactly was she photographing?
Okay, this is... Okay, now I see. Take a look at this, Your Honor. What was Miss Hart trying to take a photograph at the lake? There we go. Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph.
What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy? Ah, the sighting of Gourd Lake.
Well, Miss Hart, I've never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's see you prove that I was down at the lake trying to get a photograph of Gordy. Of this Gordy. I have it. Proof!
Huh? Intriguing. Very well, let's see it. And no joking around this time, please. What is it? What is the proof witness was trying to photograph Gordy, the lake monster?
Okay, I am going to see the camera. The camera makes the most sense. The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos to respond to loud noises, correct? Thus, the photograph here, taken when a gun fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to take a photograph of Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had set your camera to respond to loud noises.
Order! Order! I see. I too thought it was a little strange.
Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart, you were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah, not bad. All you lawyers that smart? So smart, boy. I was down trying to take a photograph of Gordy. You got me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it?
Exactly. What you used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist.
Hey!
But as she so succulently said, so what? It changes nothing.
Not true. You are hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason, I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this.
Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony.
Right. Fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change. It has to. And I'm going to spot it. Oh boy. Lada's new testimony. Now it's getting really fast. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard that bang, I looked straight out of the lake, and there wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the man's hands, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at the boat the whole time, crossed my heart and hoped to fry.
Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. The witness's testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she is a research student or a photographer has no bearing on this case. There is no need to waste more time, waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination.
I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Von Karma's up to something, I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because, why? Was there a contradiction?
Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. You seem so sure of yourself, you must have something in mind. Ha! That would be a first.
Haha, very funny.
You understand that this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright. If there is no problem with the testimony, we will then let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at the end of that time, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Lada's new testimony. Alright. I don't know if we were gonna have, like, a thing on, what's it called? If we accidentally end up, pressing and, you know, it's something pointless. Okay. Let's see this. An investigative photographer? Yep. You get your photo and sell it to the press. It's all that kind of business. Hey, I was taking pictures at my sister's graduation last year, and guess what? What? There was a UFO just hanging in the sky. A UFO? You know, an unidentified flying object. A UFO. That's what I had a sort of a revelation. I knew I should become an investigative photographer. I see. What kind of shaky basis for a career? I like how Von Karma didn't even object to that or anything. So, let's see. It's all I was hiding. And I looked at... Let's see this one. Well, exactly what sort of sound was it? Well, I never heard one before, but I can't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper a sound than I would have expected. There wasn't much else to look at, but so I watched that boat the whole time. There wasn't much else to look at? Yep. I don't know if she had heard a bang and she thought Gordy was out there. I kind of doubt she'd waste any time looking at the boat. What did I do now? What are you giving me that look for? Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence.
Witness, continue.
Hold your hush puppies, Pops. I'm getting there. I feel like Phoenix pointing this out makes it a little bit obvious, so I think we're going to present the Gordy article again. Yes. Miss Hart, were you really looking at the boat? What? What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing there. Any normal person would be looking at it. I agree, any normal person would. But you are far from normal. What? Y'all want to step up over here and say that? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy, that's what. You wouldn't give a boat a second thought. Ah!
Order! Continue, Mr. Wright.
You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch the boat. You need to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Well, Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all.
Miss Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat then?
Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, I could be a witness to a murder and all. I kind of got excited. I was sure I was watching the boat. Till now.
This is totally uncalled for.
But hey! You got this photograph. You got proof.
Still, we can't see who is shooting who in this.
Right. That's why I took this photo in.
Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole.
Shut up, Ma. What? What was she going to say? She took a photo and what? Wait a second.
She even had this photograph to prove it.
But you can't really tell who from the photo who's shooting who. That's why she said she was going to enlarge the photo. She said she'll drop the quality of it, but should let us see who's who. She enlarged that photo. Why won't von Karma let her show it? I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth or most. What should I do? I think... I think we'll let her show the enlargement. Miss Hart, look at this photograph. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why hasn't the enlargement not been present in the courtroom?
But because it does not exist.
What are y'all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in the court in the first place. You old fool.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. von Karma?
Miss Hart, show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement.
The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence. Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court.
Here it is.
I still cannot see who is firing in this. It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence.
Taken automatically at 12:25 at 12:15 a.m.
Happy now, Mr. Wright.
There has to be something.
You asked for an enlargement. You got the enlargement. And little good it has done any of us. That's why I requested she had not show it. I suppose this means that the cross-examination is over, obviously. Then I would like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart. And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time. Mr. von Karma, do you have anything to add? I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence, a decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict.
Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue to get this photo somewhere. This is bad. Real bad. What should I do? I think we shall inject the enlargement.
Your Honor,
There is something decidedly strange with this enlargement.
What might that be? Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange?
Okay, here goes nothing. Show the judge what's strange about this photo. Okay, obviously we can't really point at the faces, but I guess the only places to point at is the hand with the gun.
Here, Your Honor, the shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange?
Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor.
The hand?
The hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. The man's left hand.
This man's left hand does what?
Let me show you. I'll show you evidence that the left hand contradicts. Oh boy. Right hand. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was like looking. I was like, we have to see the good. The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding the pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth.
Now that everyone is in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
You have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim? Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot him? We shot the victim.
Miss Hart. I wish I kind of want to know. I'll probably say who, like, what happens if we pick Miss Hart. I'll probably post, like, say Larry. We'll say the victim himself. I'll probably show what happens afterwards with Larry and Miss Hart picks. There's only one explanation. Actually, I could have done that, actually. There's only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself!
Order! Order! So you're saying that the victim committed suicide?
Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation.
Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option. I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. The suicide is out of the question. What? An examination of the victim's wound reveals the distance at which he was shot.
The distance?
The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away.
A meter? That's 3 feet.
There is no way it could have been a suicide. Order! Order! Mr. von Karma, are you sure of the accuracy of your data? Of course! I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see.
Autopsy report has been updated. Time of death, sometime on the 24th or 25th, a shot approximately from a meter away.
I see. Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the fingerprints on the gun revealed that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. The court orders the defense and prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
That is all. The court is adjourned.
We bought ourselves some time. December 26th, 1:15 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Whew, that was a close one. Hey! Don't you have anything to say? No, I have not yet been declared innocent, Wright. Well, yeah, but what happened out there on the lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away, too. What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Look, going to check on Maya. Oh, right. What? Tell her something for me. What? Tell her to watch what she says in court. That is all. Would it kill you to just state how you really feel with a thanks, Edgeworth? I quisitioned a transcript of Lada's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. Lada's exposition has been added to the court record. I heard two sounds that sounds like gunshots just after midnight on 12/25. To be continued. So, we ended off there. Quite the chaotic turn of events there. But, yeah, love my videos, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Appreciate it. And, yeah, next time on Ace Attorney, we will begin our second day of investigation and see what other evidence we can find. As, yeah, this is definitely our hardest trial yet. So, yeah, we'll see you guys then. And also stay tuned. We are going to show what happens if you pick Edgeworth and Lada Hart. So, yeah, peace.